Dear Capricorn, welcome back. This is Jay from High Fives, High Vibes Tarot. This is your November 2022 Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus for the sign of Capricorn. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps XMS message. This is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Speaking of something in here that you need to hear today, the continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you as a continuation of this reading, and you could scroll down to the end of the page wherein you could see a 3-card spread face down. That's a Star Spinner Tarot deck, and you could create your own reading there. Here you can create your own 3-card spread there. I recommend that you set an intention before you shuffle the deck so that you wouldn't see yourself shuffling it, so that you could hear what you want to hear. It could be along the lines of, may this reading help me for my highest good, or you ask a question, you ask the cards a question. If you are still confused about the basic description that has been given as you shuffle your deck, send me an email at tarot@highvibes.com so that I could give you a free interpretation of that reading. Sorry for that movement. Anyway, what happened there, Capricorn? Did you rush through saying something towards your person? I keep on getting this 5 of Wands here quite often in this collective. Perhaps most of us are in an argumentative period or phase in a romantic situation. Perhaps we have figured out how to express or to assert ourselves better to a point that we argue that we find ourselves constantly in an argument with our person, or perhaps we have been very forthright about what's happening around us. For some of you, you may have been repressed, or finally you have spoken your truth. Finally you have realized how you can receive. Perhaps you have given way too much in the past, and right now you are finding the courage, or finally mustering the courage for you to assert your truth, to have that peace for yourself. Justice will be served, obviously. Let us get more clarification from this other deck. The Knight of Swords there is being that blunt, sending the message, living up to your authentic truth, being forthright about the situation, saying your opinion. You're not holding back, you are going for it. That could have been what happened in your most recent past, and right now there seems to be an argument or a conflict that is a result of you being forthright or being honest about yourself in the situation. However, I strongly feel that with this past present, this seems so positive to me, because you would get what you, it's not actually what you want, but you will get what you deserve. I mean, if not getting what you deserve, it could mean that you would finally have that realization, or the universe will slap you in the face about the truth that you need to accept. You will finally see the reality of the situation, or perhaps you would finally accept that everything that has happened negatively in the past is a test for you, test of character, is something that would that would propel your growth spiritually or as a person. I don't see any breakup here, but I just It's more of transcending who you used to be. Perhaps you have been keeping everything to yourself. Perhaps you are hesitating to speak your truth in the past, to a point that people um, to the point that people walk over you. And right now you are getting that courage to move forward, getting that courage to speak your mind. No holds barred. Okay. Your person may have hidden something from you in the past, or perhaps may have hurt you in a way that you didn't expect, or perhaps because they have hidden something from you in the past, it caused you pain because you learned it from another person instead of them telling it to you, instead of them expressing it to you. You were very patient about this person. Getting past the heartache I am getting, you could be dealing, or you could have dealt with a person who lives at a distance from you. The person there was, could be cheated. You could have been, this past person may have cheated your past person, or perhaps your current lover. They have cheated on you on the past. Could be that, or they have hidden a truth. They have hidden something from you. They may have dealt with something that you, perhaps it's a work related. They were involved in some mafia of some sort, or they are involved in some, let's say, a job or a project that it's not really dirty. It's not really unlawful, but it is something that you wouldn't want them to be part of. Your partner may have been involved in that kind of secret, whatever, secret project, and they didn't tell you. You just knew it at a later period, and it's something that you just felt so betrayed. You felt that you were lied on. You felt that your person didn't trust you well enough. Your person didn't trust your intelligence well enough, and it's something that offended you. And as a result, it's just too much for you to bear. And so perhaps you have finally mustered the courage to express this. I'm not okay. Perhaps you have mustered the courage to set boundaries, or tell your person that this is something that I would not want to happen again. This is something that I wouldn't tolerate. I don't condone such thing. For some of you, your person may have reconnected with their ex, reconnected with their childhood sweetheart, and it's something that I think that is not I don't think that is that's not cool. Perhaps that is what you are telling your person. Let us get this argument. This Five of Wands here. This is a petty fight, an argument, constant battle, a conflict, a roadblock, restlessness, more conflict, turning into a sour fight. Look at this. The clarification for this card. This is the Pandava brothers who are fighting against each other, which is the result of the Kauravas, their cousins, out of jealousy, because their cousins, the Kaurava, they're fighting over a land, an inheritance, because the cousins are very jealous of the Pandava brothers who stick together through thick and thin. They manipulated the situation just so they could banish, or they could hate each other. They could fight off each other. But in the long run, the Pandava brothers stuck through it, or defended one another. They stood by each other at the end of it. And perhaps this is also the challenge for you, dear Capricorn. You are invited by the universe to, especially if you are married to this person, stick through, to regardless of the conflict, regardless of the cause of conflict, it is your duty to stand by your husband or wife. Actually, it's not actually duty, but perhaps you are invited on how, in what way can you meet halfway, but at the same time resolve this conflict, at the same time not really forgetting about your well-being. The clarification I got for this one is this one, the same card, Five of Wands, conflict, temptation, endless need to prove yourself, endless need to say something, endless need to explain something. Do you see yourself being exhausted by this incessant need for you to explain yourself, incessant need for you to stand your ground, incessant need for you to fight off? There seems to be disagreements around you and your person, and nobody is willing to meet each other halfway. No compromise has been set, and so the harmony is being rattled, and it's very challenging for you to have this heartfelt conversation. It's very challenging for you to have to empathize with your person, because to begin with, this is something that you have warned them about, and so they were stubborn, they still did it. And so what is happening right now, it causes you anxiety, it causes you disappointment, it causes you that restless feeling. But I strongly feel that justice will be served, and perhaps your person would have that epiphany. Epiphany. Just relax, dear Capricorn. You seem to be carrying all the burden on your shoulder. You were the one who is hurt, but you feel the need to do something about it. I mean, your person is not doing anything for you to be relieved of this hurt, and it adds more disappointment to the situation. It adds more insult to injury, and yeah. Know that this is the justice here is also about, as I've mentioned a while ago, a test of character. The moment that you realize, the moment that you forgive, the moment that you have learned forgiveness, or the moment that you have realized that everything happens for a reason, that everything that happened in the past is a test of your character. If you go into that perspective, justice will come flawlessly. I mean, this is not a divine intervention, but could be. The moment you understand how to tame, how to regulate your emotions, or the moment that you embody that self-discipline and strength of character, trusting yourself in the process, accepting with grace change and growth, grounding. If you accept that, if you focus on yourself, on how you could be less reactive but more of understanding the root cause and addressing that, perhaps justice would come quite easily. Let us get, I guess, 2 more cards for Capricorn, please, for the future. Make a decision. It's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to let go of that grudge. Never hold grudges. If you know something is wrong, then it's time to release it. It's either you leave, you walk away, or you forgive the person completely. It's either, if you choose to forgive the person or to accept them back in your life, make sure that you forgive them for the whole of them. You forgive the entirety of that person, and you would bury everything that they have done, their misgivings in the past. You run the risk of holding grudges about that situation, a past mistake, holding grudges, and It's like digging the past and telling them to change. You run the risk of being in that situation. You run the risk also of sweeping everything under the rug and seeing yourself in a dead end situation as if it's the end of you. It's not. Dear Capricorn, perhaps the forgiveness is what's being called or invited of you from at this point, so that you could end this incessant argument. You're very much, your tongue is as sharp as a sword right now, but know that that is always double-edged. So you can say your truth without hurting the other. So perhaps that is one way you could be mindful about dealing with the situation. Come into a heartfelt conversation and be willing to compromise or to meet your person halfway in a win-win situation. Don't hold grudges. Don't hold grudges. Let us get... What is this? See? Lorelei. This is equivalent to the Queen of Cups. You have the power to... You look at that. She's holding a string with boats, with a boat of men. You have the power to capsize the boat, but you have also the power to let it go. What would you choose? In what ways can you tame your anger? In what ways can you tame your emotions? In what ways can you regulate your emotions so that it would be for the highest good of all? The power is in your hands. What would you choose, dear Capricorn? Okay, continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you. And I hope to see you next time, dear Capricorn. Thank you for being here and see you soon. Bye.